The Ottawa 67s of 1983-84 were streaking to the finish line. The veteran-laden team had lost only 2 games since the Christmas break, and then the group felt extra motivation to finish it off, for themselves and for their coach.
We all knew that this was our last chance and last chance to play as a group, and there was a lot of talk at that time too that Brian was leaving, was going to go and test the pro ranks himself. So, you know, we all felt that we had a little extra responsibility to maybe try and do a little something extra for him as well.
The 67s rolled to the Memorial Cup virtually unscathed, dropping only 1 game in 3 playoff rounds. They advanced to the Memorial Cup in Kitchener, where they took care of business in the first 2 games, beating Laval and Kamloops. But they were dealt a cruel blow in their final round-robin game, a stunning 7-2 loss to a Kitchener team they had soundly defeated in the OHL final.
It was a great wake-up call. You know, we got brought back down to earth, probably a little ahead of ourselves, and thought maybe we were going to get handed everything.
Despite the resounding loss, Kilrea remained confident about his team's chances. Thanks to Adam Creighton's 5-point night, the 67s defeated Kamloops 7-2 in the semifinal. Meanwhile, Coach Kilrea had figured out exactly what went wrong against Kitchener and knew what he had to do to fix it, as the Rangers were waiting in the final.
I was badly outcoached in that 7-2 game. I was trying to match lines and get this advantage and that advantage. And I had my best players on the ice too much. So the next time we played, we just let them go out and give them our plays. And we just said, doesn't matter who you're playing against, just go get them. They have the last chance. We can't do anything about it. Go.
And go they did. They jumped out to an early 2-1 lead and then got the big break they were hoping for.
I think it was Phil Patterson dumped the puck in. We're up 2-1 at the end of the first, and it hit the stanchion on the glass, and their goalie, I think it was LeBlanc, came out to play it, and it went in the open net. And it would have been a fairly tight period, you know, and 2-1 would have been a great way to end it. 3-1 was, you know, a little extra cushion, and from that point on, I know I felt that we couldn't lose.
It was our day, and we took advantage.
It was their day. The 67s turned the tables on the Rangers, beating them 7-2. And like Sean, the other players thought, Kilrea stepped up to the NHL, taking a job with the New York Islanders. But for that one day in the spring of 1984, the Ottawa 67s stood atop the junior hockey world for the first time.
Hall of Fame is pleased to induct Brian Kilrea in the Builder category.
Kilrea. The name is synonymous with junior hockey excellence. Over the past 3 decades, nobody has coached more or won more than Brian Kilrea. His impact on the hockey world is unbelievable, as is his imprint on those fortunate few who have played for him.
Well, I think he was tremendously influential in my growth, not only as a hockey player, but as a young man. I mean, he prepared me for pro hockey. He gave us enough rope to hang ourselves on occasion, but he trusted us, but he wasn't afraid to discipline us either. And he had that ability, I guess, to have the, you know, walk that line of being a friend and a coach.
He allowed us to play a sport and enjoy a sport, and sometimes that gets lost with all the systems and where you're supposed to be and things of that sort. Brian was never like that.
I think he's allowed that passion to be instilled in the players. He's sort of developed it, he's encouraged it. And I think that that's why so many guys have stuck around the game. You know, they've had the ability, but they've also had that passion and the love for the game.
There will be guys of all ages, all over North America, talking about the great experience they had getting to play junior hockey with Brian Kilrea.
To do it still to this day tells you how much he truly loves the game of hockey, and he belongs in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
And to all the players who've contributed to the success we have enjoyed and the friendships we have made, you are the reason I'm here today. I never thought when I started a long time ago that I would still be connected with hockey in any capacity. But as my dad always said, things always work out for the best, and there's nothing better than this. Thank you.
The 1998-99 season was a dream for new owner Jeff Hunt. He bought the Ottawa 67s in the summer of '98, presided over the nation's top-ranked junior team for much of the season, then won the right to host the Memorial Cup. But as the playoffs started, Hunt was met with a stiff dose of reality. His steamrolling 67s, already assured of a berth in the Memorial Cup, lost their second-round playoff series to the Belleville Bulls.
Well, it was tough going up against them. They were a good club, and you have to give them a lot of credit. And you battle with them so many times throughout the year. And
I remember being devastated when we lost to Belleville.
The loss resulted in a 5-week break for the 67s and their coach, Brian Kilrea.
I still remembered he wasn't a happy man at that point, so he told us to get away and get out of his face, and he never wanted to see us for a little while.
When the 67s returned, the coach found a way to keep the team sharp.
Instead of the traditional practice model, he was running full contact, full intensity scrimmages.
We had to tone down a couple of practices because they wanted to hit, and some of the competitive drills that we were doing, like 2-on-2 and 3-on-3, you could see the edge just starting to come there. And
you practice that long and that many days with guys, sometimes you don't enjoy being with them in certain areas. For us, we needed to do that to keep everybody sharp and keep everybody on track.
The 67s won their first 2 games of the Memorial Cup, but lost their third in overtime to the Bulls. The 2 teams would meet again in the semifinal. However, that time the result was different.
It was redemption for our team, and of course, most importantly, my biggest fear for that whole tournament was walking into the rink on Sunday and our team not playing. I just couldn't imagine that feeling.
The Sunday final was set. The 67s would play the Calgary Hitmen in what is considered one of the most exciting Memorial Cup finals of all time. The 67s skated to an early 4-1 lead, but saw it quickly evaporate. The 2 teams traded goals in the third, setting the stage for the dramatic overtime winner. The hero would be one of Kilrea's draft picks back in 1996, Matt Zoltek.
I said, someone in the room be a hero. And Zoltek, and it was good for him.
You know, Zoltek was always the sniper. He was always a guy that could finish. Right place, right time. I guess that's probably the best way to describe that.
I think we gave the city one of its greatest sports memories. We were champions.